Hello, hello, hello. I know y'all thought I was gonna come up with a song, but we ain't got time for the copyrights. You know how to be happy is. But you know where you are. This is Spread Those Cheeks for the Tea. I'm your host, Man Williams. As we all know that. Today we're diving back into my roots of the dance world, the Chicago dance world that is. I have someone who is an amazing, talented dancer, choreographer. She's worked with a couple dance teams. She's done a couple things. Let's bring her on up and let her talk about it herself, Miss Chanel Antoinette.
Not Chanel.
Pronounce it for me.
Shell. It's no
Oh,
N. You put a whole letter in there.
shit. You know, I work with kids, so they be having regular spelled names, and then it's like, it could be the. No, it's Thea.
Yeah. Nah, I do understand that. I mean, my name is Michelle, but most people just call me Shell.
I knew that. But okay, Shell Antoinette, go ahead and finish introducing yourself since I butchered it already.
I don't even know what to say. Well, I'm Shell Antoinette. I am the coach and choreographer, artistic director, however you want to label that, over at Julian High School Dance and Dow's. I'm also a podcaster. I have 5011 different podcasts that I do on my spare time. Um, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yes. So let's get on right in from the beginning. So you're from Chicago, right?
Born and raised.
Yeah. So tell us about how it was being raised in Chicago and how did you even get into dance and the performing arts?
Mm, I mean, Chicago. We live in the best city ever, regardless of what people say, whatever is on the news. But, so my parents are originally from Kingston, Jamaica,
Okay.
and so, they came here, and built this whole thing, and had me and my brother, obviously, and so always been a South Sider. Grew up on the South Side. Danced in grammar school or elementary school for the masses, doing like talent shows. My school was real. My grammar school was really big in the arts. So we used to have like a drama club, cheer, dance, like all these different things. We
Mm.
also had band. So I did band too. I played the clarinet for a couple of years, and I did cheer for a couple of years, and then our music class was very like interactive. So we had like dance performances. I did talent shows, all of that. So once I actually attended Julian High School myself as well. So once I got to Julian, I was like, I don't want to do nothing. I did everything. I don't want to do nothing else. And after my first year, right, I went to the wrong audition. My plan was fun fact, this is how I became a dancer. I went to the wrong audition. A friend of mine was a flag girl, and she was like, you got to come join flags. And I was like, all right, I'll join flag. And then went to Dance and Dow audition,
Mm.
not knowing that I was at Dance and Dow audition. I was like, well, when do we start with the flags? There's a lot of dancing going on. Ended up
Right.
loving it, but not knowing a single thing about majorette. I just knew I could dance. I've always caught on to dancing pretty quickly. Everything usually come really natural to me. So once I joined the dance team, ultimately I fell in love with band. I fell in love with majorette. I fell in love with the whole concept. And I graduated. Taught at a college for a year. I taught at a couple of other high schools. And then I came back home, which is what I call Julian. I came back home and kind of been coaching ever since.
Okay, yes. So for those who may not know, what is majorette to you? Give us like a quick little definition of what it is.
Majorette. Oh man. So obviously it's the young ladies that perform in front of the marching band. It gives us so much color, class, sex appeal, authenticity, just fire. Just what's a halftime show without the majorettes? Is really what it
Okay.
is to me. But I think what I love about Majorette is the different style of it. Like every school looks so different. They made it their own. They got their stamp of the uniforms or the counts or whatever. Like you know a school when you see it. You know what I'm saying? Even when it come to high schoolers, like I'm like, oh, I can tell who you are
Right.
trying to be or who you emulate because I can just look at the count or look at your style. I'm like, oh, so you're heavy by Jackson or you're heavy by Alabama or you're heavy by this. So I mean, just HBCU, just that whole it just does something to my spirit.
Yes, I love it. So, a lot of people's introduction to Majorette was the Dancing Dolls. What kind of impact do you think they had on dance, and how do you think it has changed now?
Dancing Dolls as a DD4L Dancing Dolls.
Yes.
Okay. I think that they brought Majorette front and center, right? Whether people like it or not, what they did is put all eyes on like the HBCU style of Majorette for most people that may not have seen and known about it. Like for instance, and I follow a lot of them girls like Cam. She had such a following
Mhm.
that they followed her to Southern University, and half people didn't even know who Southern University was, didn't know
Right.
who Dancing Dow's was, etc. So what it did was shine a light upon Majorette and what that looked like, and I love that. I do think it did. I like to. I'm not sure what to call it, or hip hop majorette, I guess is what I would call it as.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
what
what
I
they
see
can
more
say.
people kind of. That's my best way of describing it. Like it's still majorette in there, but it's very much heavy on the hip hop side. So
Mhm.
now I feel like a lot of teams um think majorette is hip hop majorette per se compared to like traditional HBCU majorette. And there's nothing wrong. You can it's a place for both of them. A lot of them girls that she had, even though they were DD4L majorette, like them girls was taking jazz and ballet, and it makes them more
Mhm.
well, like well rounded in dance. Like they got a lot more style, so when they go to them teams, they can bring more stuff with them. So
Mhm.
I mean, it has a style. I love it because of what it did. It shine a light. I kind of be like, just because like it's very hip hop and not so traditional.
Right. Why do you think it is that a lot of girls who do go on to dance on like famous
I lost you.
can you hear me now?
Yes. No. You froze again. I might be frozen.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, something's going on. But I'm back. So it's probably because it's raining. But I was
That's
saying
true.
for those who go on to dance on the actual college dance team, the college majorette teams, why do you think they don't actually end up having an actual dance career when they get done with that with college dancing on the majorette teams?
I don't agree with that. I feel like a lot of those girls that went off to school continue to dance in one shape or another. Either they choreograph, or they backup dancing for someone else, or they went back to their alma mater to teach, or they opened studios. I feel like so many of them has ventured off and continued dancing.
I know, but I'm saying for the ones who don't, because it's a nice amount. It's a nice amount who don't, but specifically when it comes to like majorette and cheer, a lot of people who do those in college, they really don't, carry on with it afterwards. So
Maybe they lost the passion for it. Maybe life changed. Maybe like
mhm,
that's not where maybe you're not making the money you need to, for life in a certain type of way.
right.
Like maybe you got married, you got kids, and you have to really focus on this and not so much that. I just think life really just kind of depend on, or maybe, hey, I did it as a means. I got a money for it. It got me through school, but now I can really go focus on something else.
Hmm.
It varies.
Okay. So besides the Julian dancing dolls and your teacher endeavors, have you ever gotten into dancing with like different Chicago dance teams or the more dance teams that don't focus solely on majorette?
Nah, cause I ain't that girl. Like I think me and you
I
was
don't
talking
blame
on the
you.
side, and like I see so many talented people. I'm like, my feet don't move that fast.
Okay.
I really want to, and if I'm being honest, it's probably a slight fear of mine. Just like challenging myself, I guess you could say. But I want to, because I think the more that I challenge myself, it will just ultimately make me a better choreographer, a better teacher, etc.
Mhm.
But no, I've taken classes, I've danced at a studio, but I haven't ventured so much into like your hip hop per se or anything like that. I usually stick within like jazz. I do want to dabble in the heel dancing classes. I want to be one of them girlies real quick.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's probably me and my own insecurities than anything.
True. Okay. Do you keep up with the new show? It's called Supergirls with the girl Tracy
I
from
was going to ask you if
Washington
you was
D.C.
watching it.
Yes, I watched the new episode this morning. I love it.
Let me tell you how this show means so much to me unintentionally. Like I didn't even know that she had a show, and it popped up on my recommendations on YouTube. And I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I really like her from when she had brought her girls on to Bring It."
Mm-hmm.
And the girls just had all this attitude and flexibility and technique and just and I was like, okay, I like this team. So when I just saw that they had an episode, of course I went back and watched. I have so much respect. I have so much respect for how it's shot. It's not like gimmicky. It is very
Mm-hmm.
authentic. It is
It's
very,
raw.
yeah, it's very raw. I love everything about it. And all I kept hearing was myself. Oh my God, Tracy. I swear she was speaking for every coach and choreographer out here. Like, we really do this
Mm-hmm.
stuff because we love our kids, and we really stay in our neighborhoods because we want our neighborhoods to be great. They are closing programs and shutting down schools, especially in Chicago. And I'm sure that's
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, but I don't live everywhere.
Right.
But like, you do it because it means so much to you. And it's just times is so different. I feel like where there was a point I commend how she stands 10 toes down into what she's doing. Like, she's a hard coach, and I love that because I'm usually that way, but I feel like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to be that way no more because
Right.
kids can't handle it or they can't take it, or it's just very different, very different. I always said I'm like Coach Carter. I'm Joe Clark. Like, I'm over here with it, right? And now I don't feel
Okay.
like I can do it like that no more. But I love that she stands 10 toes down in that show. I love that she's on them with their grades. I love how she she pushes them, but like still understands them. I love how she don't sugarcoat anything because in a real world, when you start going on these auditions and you go to these colleges, they not sugarcoating it. They don't have time to hold your hand. It's the strong gonna survive. And I love everything about I love that show, really genuinely. I'm surprised it's just streaming. It should be on like TV.
Right. But of course, black people, they don't give us that many opportunities no more.
Hey, it is so funny you brought it up because I was going to ask you, have you seen it and what your thoughts was on the show? So now look,
Well, I love it.
interview you.
Yes. So since you just asked, I definitely do want to say I feel like even when she did you watch her other show that she had on Lifetime called Step Up?
No, I didn't see that one.
If you got I think it's on Tubi, but if you got Amazon Prime, then if you just type it in Step Up documentary, it'll
Mhm.
come up so you can watch. It's like 8 episodes. It's
So what's
about
the difference between that show and this show, would you say?
it's basically the same, except this show that's out now is about her school dance team, and the other show is about her company, the
Oh, okay.
YCDC Superstars.
She
So
still has that, yeah, right?
yeah,
I
that's
feel like I
her.
don't hear about them as much as I did before.
Yeah, that's sad too. But I'm glad she getting to showcase something on the show because some of them dancers usually go on audition from her company if they go to that school. That's the only thing they got to go to that school. But in the
Yeah,
past years, the dancers that was on there was also on her company.
got you.
But
I
that's what
enjoy it though. I hope that she gets another season. I don't know
that
how many episodes this season's supposed to be, but I
right.
hope that it flourished because I really do enjoy it. It really did speak to my heart because I was like, "Oh, girl, you screaming all the things are screaming, practice every day." Yes, Lord.
Mhm. I feel like it's a little bit more realistic than Bring It and Dance Moms was. It shows you really like how dancing from the hood is because she giving it to you like from like
Raw.
I had like African dance teachers and stuff like that. I was like her, so she giving it to you the real way.
Also, and it's still the first season. I say that I don't think that the other dance shows didn't start off with the intent of being real, right? I
Mhm.
feel like Dance Mom started in a real space, but after a
Right.
season or two, it's like now you're drawn on entertainment values and purposes, right? So like you
Mhm.
need the drama, you need this, or you need that, and now it seems no longer like original or raw. So maybe
Right.
that's just what I hope she could stick with this formula and they don't ask her to like change it up or anything.
But Tracy, the kind of person like how she act in general, it creates enough drama itself. That's why
Liz,
like
I
the
love
episode,
her.
she be making up drama just within the group, like within practice and stuff. Like one episode, she brought out the bed. She like, if y'all don't get it, I'm gonna break them ankles. She had a whole purple, like silver purple bat
Listen,
ready to
me,
hit somebody.
because I'd be like, I'm about to throw some shoes. I'm good to throw a shoe. It's the quickest thing I can get to. Because I should not say that on live, but
Now I tell people you can go home because I don't
you
want
know
nobody
what?
to cuss me out.
That used to be me. I used to be a go home. And let me tell you how my alums came up to the school and checked me, hunty. They was like, "Who was you? You was not our coach. Get it together." And I was like, "Okay." And I changed up. I came back to rehearsal the next day, and it was a wrap. I'm like, my dance was looking at me like, "Huh?" Because I definitely was like, you talking about get out my practice. But I used to really be that way. And I just feel like with everything that's going on, it's hard to keep girls on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I did find myself not being so hard because I'm like, I don't need everybody to quit and then I don't have a team. But
Right.
honestly, going back to that, you either gonna toughen it out or I'm gonna have one dancer
Exactly.
and
And
keep
that
it
can be
pushing.
done too. So, what are some of the realistic struggles you go through with working with a high school dance team?
Realistic struggles. Currently it is the lack of a band. So my high school no longer has a band, and as we know, majorettes are affiliated to the marching band.
Exactly.
So trying to transition them to just a dance team per se has kind of been a challenge because we want to keep the root of majorette because that's what everybody know us to be,
Hmm.
but still incorporate. So in my, you know who the Golden Blues are at Southern University?
Yeah.
My idea was to kind of be a golden blue, right? Because we didn't
Okay.
have a band. That was my thought. But it's hard. It's so much to learn. Like you still have to go through technique. You got to learn the foundation of dance and the foundation of majorette, and then routines and all of this. And I feel like that's my struggle because they don't get it. If it makes it like they didn't see it to want to do it. So everything is like
Mhm.
meh to them.
Right.
They don't want to practice at home, and I can tell. Uh, so then we spent a
Yeah.
lot of time going over something yesterday that you could have practiced last night, so we can move forward today. But because you didn't, I gotta go back over it. Struggle is attendance. Attendance. Attendance is a struggle
Because most practices
because
is right after school, right?
exactly, and for whatever reason, these kids do not come to school. I don't know if that has anything to do with I'm not in the school in the building. I mean, during the days, I don't know what's going on with that, but they don't come to school. If you don't come to school, you can't come to practice.
Yeah, I remember that rule.
Excuse me. So that's a struggle, and being comfortable with being uncomfortable is if it's not something they used to doing, they don't want to do it. If I dabble in a different direction, like we did like a majorette slash African routine for Black History Month, struggle because they uncomfortable with doing something, and I'm like, open open your mind, think outside the box. So they just kind of want to stick in what they know or TikTok routines and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, those would be some of my struggles, but I'm trying.
I know, right? So, is there any ways? Because I know TikTok is now like the thing that's turned all the kids crazy. It has TikTok helped you in any ways to like come up with dances or try to keep their attention or anything?
I think TikTok has been a little helpful to them. Like they will come to practice and they'll be like, "Hey, Shell, like we saw this TikTok routine. It might be a majorette routine, and they want to learn it, and they got all the energy in the world to learn it." And I'm like, I love that for y'all, but can I get the same energy and what I'm
Okay.
trying to do over here? So just, or I'll go, okay, like y'all learn that. I'll tape it for y'all. We can use it to post, and then let's create our own challenge. Like let's try to, keep up with the times or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's a give or take. I don't. Look. I watch TikTok for other things outside of dance.
Okay. Yes. So, with running a high school dance team, have you ever gotten into any like beefs or anything with other schools, whether it's friendly or not so friendly?
I try not to. I think friendly competition is good, right? Like
Right.
you want to be the best, you want to be great. But I don't really want to have beef with
Right.
nobody. I can say when I used, and that wasn't even beef. I'm really trying to think. Like I remember when I was dancing way back when, our competition was cordless.
Okay.
Because if you knew the Troll Jets back then, hunty, the way they used to stomp in them nasty boots, hello, listen, that was so. I like competition. I remember, like in my earlier years, I think competition was like king.
Okay.
That was a big one. And then
Whitney Young didn't have a team back then?
Not that I knew of. I've never seen Whitney Young. They might have had a dance team, but not maybe a majorette team. I've never seen.
Okay, I don't know which one they got. They got something.
Yeah, like I've never seen a majorette team with Whitney Young. Um, the other one would have probably been the Pirateers, but that was always good competition. They were the second team of Proviso East because they have a dance. They have a
Okay.
majorette team. They have a dance team. So their dance team used to always compete in the same competition that we competed in. So every year we would be like this, but we were actually really cool. Like I was cool with their coaches. We were cool, but we knew when it was coming to this competition, like okay, we gotta get
Step
it.
it
But
up.
like beef, nah, I don't think I had beef with anybody.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah,
My
she
anxiety
sounds
don't
so
deal well with
dancing is
that.
known for like drama. So it's glad that you were able to keep you and your kids out of it.
I mean, I did my best. Now they did them. But you know what? A lot of
Okay.
our beef stem from band though. Like it would be the band in its entirety. It ain't like just the dancers.
Hmm.
Or
Exactly.
if the band don't like this school, we don't like this school. Like everybody don't like this school. But us specifically, I can't say that we really had beef.
Right. Okay. So, as of today, we all know it's Cowboy Carter Day. So, with Beyonce stepping out and switching genres and her being like the ultimate person that every dancer wants to dance for, how do you think that's going to change in the future for her, like with touring and people just likability with her? Like, just explain how do you think her switching off and changing her normal playing and normal things that she's normally done. How do you think that's going to change,
Did
us
she
dancing
switch?
in the future?
Beyonce gave
Right?
us
Did
a.
she
Did
switch?
she switch? Because Beyonce didn't do nothing but give us Beyonce on country music. I don't know. Did nothing really change to me. I'm gonna tell you when Beyonce is missing a bag at though. And if this happened, I'm gonna say because you watched this live, and I'm gonna need my money. However,
Okay.
you didn't came out with all these different avenues of money and missed the biggest one. How are you not making dance wear?
That's true. What
How
was
are
it?
you
Ivy
not
Park
making?
supposed to be
No, Ivy
not
Park was
dance wear, but it's like
leisure
athletic
athletic wear.
wear.
No, I mean actual costumes. How are you not? You got leotard custom setups for days. Like
Mhm.
for days. How do you not have a dance line or like a clothing line for dance? Especially how hot majorette is today and all the community dance lines and perform like in period, you're
That would have
missing
been
a
cute after
bag.
Coachella.
You're missing a bag. It'll probably be an arm and a leg, which is another problem, but you're missing a bag. That is a thing. But I don't really think she changed too much. Like I think it's dope that she went from all these different genres. I think what it's doing is opening up a lot of people who only stick to one style of music because they might be a Beyonce fan, so you invested in Beyonce and what she's doing. So if she give you rap, you're gonna listen to it. You might not be a rap person, but you like Beyonce. So let me listen to this rap. You're not a country person. I like a couple of country songs. So you throwing out country music didn't change me nothing. Cool. Honestly, I might like this album a little bit more than Renaissance. I ain't gonna hold you. Because
Mhm.
I didn't like
It's really
Renaissance the
cute.
first couple of months. It took me a while to get into Renaissance, but like once I did, I was like, okay. So I think that what it is doing is open up variety for everybody else who might have been stuck in one particular way. I think that Beyonce is creative and she stay current. You're never gonna be prepared for what she got next. And I think she specializes in stealing all of our money.
Okay. Because Nicki Minaj came out with press songs and they very affordable, honey.
Did she? I'm not a
Mhm.
barb. Not a barb. Never been a
Really?
barb. Never
So
been a
you a
barb.
Barty gang
I
or you a
do like Big
Hobby?
Bart. Okay, listen now. I do like Cardi, but I'm not a stand for nobody. But I've never been a Barb. Now, what I will say is I like old school Nicki Minaj. I
Okay.
like feature Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
But like,
not you on that tip.
but
That's
I
another live, child.
do. I think she go
But the
harder
people
when
that be
she
like, I
featuring
like
other.
feature Nicki Minaj, they'll be like, oh, here we go. There's
No,
a
because
this
I think she
time.
delivers and she goes harder when it's not necessarily her song.
That is true for some songs. Like some of her album cuts, she could have kept.
I ain't never even listened to a whole album. Let's just tell you right
Really?
there.
You
Hmm.
should listen to the new one. It's very dancey.
Okay. I probably won't though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, at least I tried.
You gotta like give me a specific song or two, and then I'll go check it out.
Everybody. Hey, the song I made a remix to.
Yeah.
Everybody. That's a good song. But okay, I have 3 questions
Okay.
related to uh the Beyonce album. I might come up with more as we're doing this. So
Before you
question number
ask these questions, before I have a question for you.
okay, go ahead.
So non Beyonce related, but I
Ooh.
wanted to ask you at the top of the show. We just kept going. You got to tell me about the title of this show, sir.
Okay,
Because
so
when I posted this, everybody first thing is like, "What is the title of this show about?" I'm like, "I don't know."
okay, so for those watching who never watched before, the way I came up with the title is and then over time I found out it actually has 2 meanings, but the way I came up with the title was one day back when Zeus, you watch Zeus, right?
No.
Oh, so Zeus Network with Jocelyn's Cabaret. I was like heavy in the pandemic. All these shows was coming out, so I started watching Jocelyn's Cabaret, and then she had a season in Vegas, and basically her husband Ballistic beat up the girl from Chicago. You probably know her,
I
Amber.
heard I heard
Yeah,
something
so
about
Amber
this.
got beat up allegedly. Let's say allegedly, so they don't come after me in this video. Because Zeus do be taking pages, but allegedly, Amber got beat up by Ballistic, Jocelyn's boyfriend. After this isn't allegedly, Amber one hit knocked Jocelyn to the ground, and then Ballistic pushed everybody out the way and allegedly stumped Amber out. So when that
Oh.
was finished happening and stuff like that, it was a Caucasian woman by the name of Riri who was on the show that we was both following each other back. And she went live and she was crying because Jocelyn beat her up and choked out allegedly. Well, that wasn't allegedly. They showed all that. Choked out and beat her all up on the show. So I jumped on the live like, hey, what happened? Like, what's going on? So another girl from the show named Lexi Blow, she jumped on the live and I was just basically asking them questions and stuff. So then I got a DM from a girl named Aqua who was on the previous season of Jocelyn's Cabaret, and you probably seen the little double homicide thing that went viral. That sound familiar?
No.
Oh, well, some of
I
y'all
am
watch this.
terrible at all of this. I'm so
I'm gonna send
sorry.
you some clips after this so you can know what I'm talking about. But if y'all watching, y'all know Shell, send us some clips. But yeah, so it was a clip about double homicide because she was pregnant with twins and she decided to abort the twins because the nigga didn't want her no more. She aborted the twins so that she could go on the show. And the girl was like, damn, double homicide. And that clip went viral. So the girl that was
Okay,
talking about that,
I did hear something about that. Okay, okay, okay.
yeah, so the girl who aborted the twins, she was DMing me on Instagram like, "Oh, add me in. I got some shit to say about Jocelyn. I know T. Da 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 da." I'm like, "Well, if you want to, I could do an interview and we can, get it all out there." So that's how that all started. But I still needed the name. So the name came from if you watch Bad Girls Club, the big girl on the name Red that was on Bad Girls Club Chicago. Her and her girlfriend, they have a YouTube channel where they do like different skits and like get ready with me, vlogs, all type of stuff. They do
Okay.
that. And in the beginning of it, it'd be like, ooh, getting them cheeks, some little cartoon that going in the beginning. And then I was thinking of a name like minutes before the show started. And I'm like, oh my God, something. I'm like, why this keep popping in my head? Oh, getting them cheeks. I'm like, you know what? Spread them cheeks
Some
for the
cheeks for the
tea.
tea.
So it has 2 meanings. Either you can spread your cheeks and open your mouth, or
That's
you
what
can
somebody
spread
said to
something
me.
else. Yeah, that's the clean version. Or you can spread something else. Because people be spreading other things and getting tea or getting on these shows, which if you watch my interviews, you'll see a lot of these girls have to do some things to get where they are. But hey, we didn't have to.
Okay.
We used our talent. So kudos to us.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. So you had 3 Beyonce questions. What was these questions?
Yes. So question number one. Beyonce said that she created the album to because she wasn't included in a space and they made it known that she wasn't allowed to be in that space. Have you ever felt that, like whether it's an audition or day at practice or a performance that your team might have went at? Has there ever been a moment where you felt like you and what you're doing creatively wasn't able to be a part or wasn't accepted or wasn't like how you wanted it to be?
Ooh, that's a real question. Was not prepared. Okay, no. I have been in different spaces. I remember doing one competition, and it's a dance competition, and we did the thing. We ended up getting, I think, second or third place. And when I went back to read the score sheet or whatever, someone stated, "Oh, really nice routine, but not for this type of competition."
Oh, that sounds like something I would write on the judge's sheet.
And I was like, in my head, like, what do you mean this type of competition? It's a dance competition. Like, I gave you dance. I don't understand. And that kind of like blew me, especially because I'm like, the girls worked really hard. And, and I was just like, if we are coming into these competitions and very like one-minded on choreography, what the hell? Like, why? If you
Wow,
can't,
weird.
yeah, like you can't judge. If you can't judge every form, then you probably shouldn't be judging. That was kind of like my
Exactly.
thing. That was a time that kind of blew me. Um, I was at a different event where it was a lot of featured dance teams, and I just don't feel like amongst the group everybody was treated the same. No, I
Mhm.
ain't gonna say that. I felt like everybody was treated the same, but kind of felt less than. I didn't like
Mm.
that particular feeling. I'm very much a go with the flow type of person. I'm like, we here to show up, do our job, and we're gonna get up out of here. Like we had
Right.
just, and then after that, I could determine whether I'm gonna do it again or just let my kids know, like, if you felt this way, you don't have to feel this way, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
those was probably the two times that I really just felt like something ain't right per se. But no, other than that, mm-mm.
Okay. Okay, I'm thinking of more questions as I'm looking at the names of the songs, so it's gonna be more than three.
Okay.
Next song, she has a song called American Requiem. What in America are you tired of seeing happen just in general? What's something that America is continuously allowing to happen that's getting on your nerves?
Uh, this is gonna be okay. This is petty, so we're not gonna use that one. America just ghetto in general. Listen,
Very.
what am I tired of? America, the price of everything, life. Life is
Taxes.
expensive.
Hmm.
Why we ain't got it?
America
Oh,
ain't got it either.
you make money though, like print that corporate America. Oh, corporate America, I'm not a fan of. Especially now, like you ever been looking for a job and everybody hiring, but nobody's hiring?
Yeah, all the time.
Like literally nobody's hiring. Y'all say y'all hiring, but y'all really are not hiring. So I'm tired of the America be capping. Like I'm just tired of dealing with life. Life is expensive. Life is hard unnecessarily. Inflation.
True.
If you're not giving us more pay, how do you expect us to spend more money?
Period. Because they
Am I
want to control you.
I feel sorry like rent. Rent is more than some people mortgages, but they can't get mortgage. But you want to charge them this ridiculous amount of rent, and then you keep. Well, my pay didn't change.
Okay.
What is you talking about, Mr. Biden? Hello, let's have a conversation. Stupid people still going for Trump. How is Trump even? How is he allowed to run?
He
Okay.
didn't sound some kind of way. That's why I'm confused. If you supposedly had seized all these documents, how you then went to another party and you running again? In
Listen,
another
let me not claim
party?
to be politically correct in any way because I'm not into the politics like that. But something don't seem right.
Child, it's all a money scheme.
And I ain't got nothing to give you. So here we are.
Why? Okay, she has a song called Jolene. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to be the bitch ass of a man?
Yes.
Ooh, when? Was this high school?
I'm too sober for this.
Ooh,
Listen.
I
No,
had a glass of wine before we got started, so.
I, I ain't gonna hold. I got my little on the rocks, but no, real talk. Yes, I have been in a situation where I. This is a long time ago. This was like my like first love, or however you want to call it. You've been in a relationship for a very long time,
Right.
and we end up like breaking up. But you know, how you break up, but you never really let go. Like y'all
Mhm.
break up on paper, but
Right.
like ain't nothing really changed. And I found out that he was, I guess, talking to this other girl. I didn't know who she was. I had never seen her. She popped up at my job one day, but I didn't know. Like I didn't know what she looked like, so I didn't even know like who she was. I just remember being at work and somebody was like, "This girl came to see you," and I'm like, "Who?" I actually didn't find out until like well after the fact who this person was.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and then I remember she hit me on like MySpace. MySpace, yeah, take it back. She hit me on MySpace on that like rah rah type of energy. And it was funny because, like, oh God, I feel real ratchet. But it was funny because, like, you talk about my man, my man, my man, and your man is laying next to me right now as we speak. I don't understand what we're talking about, but she was giving a lot. And so, no, actually, it was a moment where we was at a party. We was at a party, backyard again type of thing, like summertime barbecue type shit. And they weren't ever official, I don't think, but like they was fucking around. He was like, "Oh, can I curse? My bad."
Oh yeah, you
Um,
can cuss.
they was
We
doing whatever
grown
they
up
was
here, child.
they was doing whatever they was doing on the side. And I guess I'm at this party because mutual friends, and
Mhm.
she wasn't supposed to be at this party, I guess. And she shows up to this party, and then she realizes that I'm at this party, and she like throws a fit. And so like
Mhm.
everybody was like just trying to keep me in the back of that because I'm like, I'm cool. I don't know what she mad about. But that was the thing. But I was just like, you doing too much because I don't move like that. Like I just don't. I'm not about to embarrass myself.
Right.
I'm gonna just take my L privately and keep
Exactly.
pushing. But yeah, that was a moment because you really wanted me to come about my body. For a man that wasn't even mine no more.
It wasn't hers either,
It wasn't
clearly.
us.
But she was determined.
Yeah.
Child, just crazy. Okay. Another song that she has is called Spaghetti. What are some things that you know how to
Baby.
cook for real?
Spaghetti. Like
Really?
no,
You can
I'm
cook
talking
in yours?
drop no. Don't ruin my spaghetti. Well, first of all, I told you I'm already Jamaican, so everything I make is spicy. So I make
Right.
a bomb spicy spaghetti. Um,
Okay.
I make jerk chicken egg rolls that everybody loves.
Okay.
But I cook. Like I very much enjoy cooking. And I make a lot of stuff from scratch. Like I don't do a lot of packaged or box stuff. I try not to at least, but I mean, conven- for convenience I will. But I
Right.
do all the pastas. I'm a very big pasta girl, but the curry chicken and like I'm a cook. So
Okay. Yes, I got to try some curry chicken from you one day.
yes, come through. Get you some good jerk chicken. Get you some. Yeah, I sell the egg rolls. Holla at me.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Let me know.
I got you.
I
Um,
definitely order.
yeah, I'm no like they're really at that. I'm to the point that I don't even want to make the stuff no more, but I can't
Really? Is that
not make it.
popping?
I'm an
Okay.
events person. I am very much. I love. I think I'm in a wrong career sometimes. Like I'm very much like throwing events. I'm a very themesy person. So
Okay.
like I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna decorate. It's gonna be a cocktail for it. Like it's gonna be a whole thing, which is relates very well to me coaching because all of my performances are very themesy without being over the top. That drives me crazy. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, when they do too much with the theme?
Yeah, like I think you can get your theme across without doing too much. But like, what do you think? I could be wrong.
This reminds me of one time when I was judging a team. I'm not gonna say their name, but they was in Milwaukee, and they had like I think it was Under the Sea Little Mermaid or whatever. So they had the costumes, they had hella props, and then they had balloons. And they decided to sit the balloons right in my face. And I had to keep like
What was the
moving
balloons
over.
for? Were they
Like
bubbles?
I remember one of them was a seashell. One of them was a lobster. Like it was supposed to be different stuff under the sea. I guess to add to the props or whatever. But I took off
Mm.
points because that was distracting to me. Like I gotta keep looking to the side and stuff. And I didn't want to tell them like, can y'all sit there somewhere else? Then they have attitude with me. Then I really had to knock points. So I just let them do what they do, and I docked points accordingly. And that was one of them. And they were mad that they didn't win. And it's like, I mean, I put on the paper like props could have been betterly placed. Like out of all my dance career, I never used props until the last big performance that I choreographed, which was a Alice in Wonderland theme. But for Alice in Wonderland, you gotta use props to, bring that to life. But with me, I feel like every performance I've done, I've actually done it without props because I feel like they could actually take away in the
It could be too
performance.
much. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've never done props. I think the closest thing to a prop I would have done is like a wardrobe change. Like, oh, this
Okay,
person
I
had
know.
on this, and then you took this off into that. I've never been. I like the idea of it. It just seemed like a lot of moving parts, and if it go wrong, then it's like I was watching this dance competition on YouTube, and it was a like a major style competition, and it was like 4 or 5 dances. Girls was killing it, right? But their theme must have been like working woman or something of that nature, and each one of the girls had on like work attire based on whatever their career was, I guess. And the one girl, so they took a moment and they split off on the court to like the different sides of the court. And I guess they're supposed to go off, do the choreography, come out their uniform, come back to the main floor, or come out of their costume. And the one girl got caught in the dress that she was trying to take off. And the show had to be like 5 to 6 minutes long. Mama could not get out of this costume for about 2 minutes. She was literally sitting over here, like, and I hated it for her. It was so like secondhand embarrassment. She's over there and
Mm.
she's trying to like get it off, and it was a dress and it was like caught in her hair or her braids or something like that. And she was just over there trying to get it off, like for dear God. And I am over here yelling at my computer, like, somebody help her. Like like I am so mad for her. And she's just, I'm talking about, and I'm not exaggerating, for like a solid 2 minutes out of this like 6 minute routine trying to get this thing off. So eventually she go F it, and she gets to the middle of the floor, and the dress is like now it became a hairpiece because it's just hanging here. And she's like doing
Not
the
do that.
choreography, like she getting through. But I'm just like, damn, sis. So like, did we practice with
I
this?
would
Did
take off
we?
points. I would be like, you should have practiced more.
So that's my fear of like of gimmicks and stuff. I'm like, it can hinder us, and I don't want that. I don't want that. So
And it's funny every time on like Dance Moms or Bring It, they use props. It's always something, whether it's a chair or they supposed to you do a flip with a stick in their hand or something crazy. It always something happen with the prop.
yeah,
That's crazy too.
that's why I'm like, whatever I'm gonna give you, if I'm gonna give you a stunt, it's just gonna be a body stunt. It's whatever the stunt here. So if we mess up, it ain't because my clothes got in my way or my hair got in the way or whatever. Like it could just be like we ain't laying that stunt that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't want nothing else. If it's already stuntsy, I don't want to make it a harder stunt than it needs to be.
Exactly. I don't really like stunts that much either because it's
Me
like
neither.
some teams they whole performance be stunts to be like, yeah, we just killed that and like
I
killed
was
what? Your ankles and stuff.
So
They
I was
don't
going to
see that
ask you
well.
that too. Tyrus had posted like what happened to choreography. Everything is very stuntsy, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw this or not, but I saw it, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, somebody had to say it. And I started to read the comments because I am a comment reader. I went to read the comments, and it was some people with the tools. It was some people who was in agreement. Where do you stand when it comes to stunts? Choreography? Like, what do you think?
I kind of feel like it's back to when you said you went to the wrong audition. They was the wrong audition. They should have auditioned for the Jesse Tumblers or the gymnastics team because it's like I feel like okay, it's good to know these stunts and things like that, but you not finna do a whole performance of that for real. Unless you being, one of them, what's to call it, them trapeze artists in Vegas or something like that. That's the only way, but You know that's only gonna be the Caucasian girls. So I feel like people should, if y'all haven't already, start minimizing the stunts. Try to use as less stunts as possible.
I
Because if
don't
you're
need.
doing more than like 5 stunts in a full performance, I'm probably gonna be over it.
I guess I'm just like it. The problem is that it's stunt after stunt after stunt after stunt, right? Like they be like toe touch, full roll, pop out, death drop, like walk front walkover. They like, okay, relax. Where's the like? Give it to me in increments, right?
I'd be
But the
scared watching that stuff because you could fall out the wrong way or injure yourself during all
but
that
the
stuff.
stunts ain't never fouettes. It is never pirouettes. It's never leaps. It's never barrel back. There's
Never.
never none of that, right? And I'm
No.
like, just give me a combination of. I don't even mind that you can do a front walk over into a split and hold your leg and then die. Like whatever that is, like beautiful. But like, how did we get here? Where was
Where's
the
the
piece?
dancing?
Where was the piece? And I always say that we used when we was doing dance competitions. I haven't did a dance competition since 2019, but we won captain solo like 3 years in a row.
Hmm.
And I was like, it's because I'm going to give you an emotional connection to this show, right?
Okay.
It's not gonna be wham bam ha, like you're not giving me that the whole time. You're gonna give me some technique, you're gonna give me some I want to feel the dance. Then we can gradually grow into something else, and then we can gradually end at somewhere else. But people that come out here and be like stunt stunt stunt, okay, I see that you can stunt, can you dance? And I'm gonna be honest, coming through tryouts, that's has been my one of my biggest things. Everybody got so many stunts. I was like, but you can't learn this choreography, and I am
Because they
confused.
learned that stunt off TikTok doing jumping on their mattress. They
I am
learned it the right
confusion.
way.
And I even this year when I got my team at the start of the year, I was like, this is a stuntsy team. Our struggle was counts. That was the struggle.
Yeah, that'd be a
Not
lot of team
not if you
struggle.
could hold your leg up. Not if you can do a toe touch or a split or a great. I'm so happy you can do these things. This is beautiful. Because usually it's the other way around. You get people who do dancing and got no flexibility. So like, yay, I'm happy that you got that, but you can't dance.
Yeah, that'd be my problem at work when I be teaching in school. They be able to do all the TikToks. They can do splits. They can do backflips, but they can't catch on to the routine. They can't remember the routine. None of it.
Retention. Oh my God. That's you asked me earlier
No,
about.
I think it's probably selected because they remember them TikToks and
Yep.
stuff. But
Yep.
then too, the TikToks be simple as hell. So, and we ain't giving them that much simple shit.
So yeah. Okay.
Yes. So I have one more Beyonce question, but before we move on, I see it's a few comments. We're gonna get to those
We
in a
got
second.
comments.
Yes, we got 2 comments. If you're still watching, I see a few of us left, but a few of us are still here. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and make sure you're subscribing and commenting. I'm gonna start opening up the comment section for questions. So if you have questions for Shell or if you have questions for me, drop them in the comment box. I got one more Beyonce question and then a few more questions, and then we'll, get to all of
Okay.
them. But okay, the last Beyonce question is she has a song called River Dance. What's some of the best dances? What's some of the best songs, best dances that you made, and name the songs basically?
Oh my God, baby, you got a pen? Because I can roll off my favorite dances that I've done. But
Yeah,
River Dance is that might be my top one or two on this album
man,
so
too.
far. River Dance and Two Hands to Heaven. Oh,
Right after it.
listen. Okay. But my favorite routines, oh my God. I would say my first one would probably be Ain't No Other Man.
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera. I think
Yeah.
that was the first time we ever like tried to incorporate some type of stunt. It
Mhm.
was the first time that I decided to kind of like tell a story while dancing, if that makes sense. Because you remember how that song started. Christina's like belting out,
Mhm.
dun 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 da 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 da. Okay, so like I
Yeah,
had a
real
one
off
girl come out, then there was another group, then there was another group, then it was just all together. Then it was like telling like the as you listen to the song, Christina gradually gets louder and powerful throughout the song. And I felt like me going into this large group was kind of like reflective of that
Mhm.
song. So ain't no other man is
Okay.
definitely one. Um uh what's the dang on song? It's Beyonce. Welcome to Hollywood. That's what it is.
Yes, I love
That one is a special one because I actually was not in Chicago. I was flying. I was driving back from Chicago to Ohio. We created this routine,
it.
and
Okay.
I was very much on video. Like, what are you doing? Like, it was so we ended up taking that one to California, and I think we got
Okay.
best dance for. Was that the one we got best dance for? I think we got best dance for that, which was great
Yes.
because that Battle of the Band was like top 10 cities over the nation. And
Okay.
so we got included into that. I think that's the routine we won for. If it's not that, it's Ain't No Other Man. But I remember it because they did not have a best auxiliary award. It was not even an option. It was just
Mm,
like best band, best percussion, and best drum major, I think. And at the end
okay.
of it, we was like, okay. And then they announced it like we have to create an award because this was like a dance we never seen before. Like, and they created this dance award that day. And then every year after that, they had best dance or best auxiliary. And so we end up winning
Okay.
whatever that first one was that year. So I love that one. Oh, why don't you love me?
Oh, we got Beyonce.
2020. Yes, I got a slew of Beyonce songs since we're talking about it. Why
Yeah.
don't you love me was a banger. I very much like that routine. Um,
Okay.
Sweet Dreams. Oh my God. Sweet Dreams was a good one.
That's a good one.
That was the first time I experimented with like making my own uniform type of thing, child. Ooh.
Okay.
Uh that was 2011. Three. Three by Britney Spears.
1, 2, 3, follow me,
Yeah.
with me. I still listen to that song. I love it.
I do too. That one was a good one. Applause by Lady Gaga. That actually had like 20,000 views or something on YouTube. I didn't even
Okay.
know why. It just blew up. But that was another experimental uniform year. That was 2014. 2015 was Vogue. It was the
Yeah,
smash
Madonna.
between Madonna and Rihanna. Vogue.
Mm. Was
Uh
it the one that's mixed with work?
nah, nah.
Mm,
This was it's just you know what I just found it. Like I don't know how I stumbled across this version of it. Somebody must have mashed it together. And I was
mhm.
like, oh, and I found the uniform and we created this whole routine. So that was a good one. Haunted Beyonce, which was probably 2016, maybe.
Okay.
And my last one, my last two last favorite, two last favorite. When I grow up, when I grow up, I
Yep.
want
I
to be
wanna be
the.
famous. I wanna be
Yep.
I wanna be in movies. Yes, I love that breakdown part. I gotta dance to that too. What I had did with these kids at a church, a church summer camp. We did that. And then when I was doing it with the
Not
lady,
a
she talking
church
about,
summer camp.
no, stop. Why are you dancing with them? Because they wanted me to,
They
man.
want you to.
I gotta find that
Yes.
video.
That one, and then the last one would be it's a Taylor Swift song. Surprisingly, it is "Look What You Made Me Do."
Oh yeah, that's a dance. That's the first
Mhm.
time she actually danced.
Is it?
Todrick
Oh.
Hall choreographed. And I remember he was saying,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah,
she's
you
so
right.
skinny and stuff."
You right.
Hmm.
Yeah, those will probably be the ones I like. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay, them some good songs. Yes, that gives
I
us a good
try.
range of your creativity.
You know what? Like, if you don't move me, I don't want to dance to it. And I feel like that's how we are. But I'm like weird. Like I envision dances or I'll envision one part of a routine, like of a song, and then choreograph something all the way around that one part
Hmm.
that I saw. I remember creating three, and all I know is in the beginning it was like 1, 2, 3, that, and I was just like, get on the floor. I never I was like, get on the floor, get on the floor, and then like what? I'm like, get in the cluster, just get there, and I'm like, everybody just snap in all these different directions, and that was the
Yes.
intro, and I just built the rest of it off of that because I was like, that's what I see. So
Okay. Yes, that's a good little start off. I
good
love it.
times, good times.
Yes. So, for those who may have been wondering, we've been asking and talking about all these dance things because if you guys don't know, July 27th is the Manchella Dance Competition. And I already announced the first judge, Miss Evie Williamson Moore, who you guys can go back and check the interview on. My next judge that I'm going to introduce is Michelle Antoinette. I don't know which side is going to put you on. But Michelle Antoinette as my next judge at the Manchella Dance Competition. Yay! Shout out to her.
Yay. I'm
So,
looking
as a
forward to it.
judge, what are some things that you look for when you're at a competition?
Oh, pointed toes, Lord Jesus.
That
Oh, them flex, unless it's supposed to be flex feet, which more like a temporary type of stuff. Otherwise, if you don't point them feet, baby, facials,
Mhm.
attitude, personality, um, execution, precision. I think all the stuff and like have fun.
Yes,
Just like enjoy what you're doing. I think once when people enjoy dancing, it comes off when they dance. It just come natural. You look happy, you look excited, you ready to perform. But when you in your head thinking one, two, three, like it's just, or you too scared to make a mistake. Like mistakes happen, but don't sit in that mistake. Like just keep
exactly.
going. I give you more points because you didn't push through. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she slipped, but she got up. She got up.
Exactly.
She ain't miss a beat. Like she was in there. She fell on beat though. Like you know,
Yeah, you never know. So as long as you just keep going and don't be like, "Oh fuck, I messed up,"
because don't
then you
nobody
never
know you
know.
messed up but you. I tell my dancers all
Mhm.
that they don't know what you choreographed. Nobody else know what your routine's supposed to look like other than you, your teammates, and your coach. That's it. So if you go
Exactly.
out there and you mess up, then you go. Everybody knew you messed up. Child, I had one girl messed up in a routine, and in the middle of the dance, she goes, "Oh shit!" Like in the middle of the routine.
I would have
Girl,
died.
I'm on the sideline, like, seriously? But the audience was like, you got it, girl. Let's go. Let's go. And then she picked it back up. But Chad, I'm sure we lost probably because of that.
If that was
But
me, I would have went to the back and started packing our stuff. Like, come on, y'all.
but she also won captain solo that year. So I couldn't even be that mad at her.
Okay, well, she made it up.
But yeah, just like go in there, have a good time, give it 100%. Um, you know what don't put things in a routine that you can't do.
Period.
Cause why limit yourself on them points?
Definitely so.
Like if I'm scoring you on a toe touch and you know you can't do a toe touch, don't do a toe touch.
Just make the people that can do it do it. It's okay to give
Yeah.
some people a break for a second. That
Yeah.
actually creates levels and dynamics.
Yes, yes, yes. Give me
But
some
people don't
Della.
know.
Totally agree with that. But yeah, I think I'm a. Oh, and keep your tongue in your mouth. I don't know why that drives me crazy. It is insane. I think it depends. If you are like, if it's pure hip hop and you like, I guess I get it. But if you
I
are,
know.
I'm like, I guess I get it. But like, if you are majorette or jazz or anything else, if you don't put this tongue back in your mouth, please, thank you.
What if somebody was doing ballet with their tongue stuck out? I
Ooh, child. What's the theme? You got. I need you to be a snake or something. What's the theme of this show?
okay. Oh,
Mm-mm.
I got another one too. Don't come up to the judges table and bam on the table. Like, what is that? Every time I
Agreed.
judge out of well, I barely judge Chicago, but every time I judge like out of the Midwest, they always do something like that, bam on the table, or they gotta have like they gotta be right there in front of the table. Then they come out. That's how they come out. Like, couldn't you came back from over there, or something like that? Like, you trying to sneak under the table and see what I'm writing?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that at all. I've never actually experienced that myself. Judging, I don't do a lot of judging though, but I think I would freak out because get away from my table. Um, but I think people do that because you want to be memorable. You want to make
Oh,
sure
you memorable, all right.
and whether that's good or bad, but people want to be memorable, right? So they like do stuff to stand out. I remember even during my like having auditions for teams, I remember people just they want to be in the front. They just want to be here, right? Just all the time. And it's like you either getting on my nerve, if I'm being honest, or because you're
Yeah,
doing so much, I don't want you.
period.
Like if you're a great dancer, I'm gonna see you. It don't matter what part of this room you in, I'm going to see you. You are going
They
to stand
always
out
can.
because you're a good dancer, not because you ran up in my face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Tell them don't come banging on the table at your competition.
oh, I'm gonna say that at the beginning of the competition. I'm like, please, no bamming on tables, no walking up to the judge's table. That's the main thing because it's like not every competition I judge, but it's like 3 competitions I judged. I can remember somebody walking up to the judge's table.
You know what I would like to have at these competitions, which is probably different because these competitions are usually in the gym. I don't like being floor level to the dance, to the show. I like to be
Mm,
up some because floor level, I feel like I can't see the formations like I want to. I can't
right.
see the transitions like I want to, etc. Maybe that's a difference when it comes to like act like the traditional HBCU style of, because you look at a football field, you're normally looking up above, right? So you can see what the formation's supposed to be. You can see when these two dipped out and went this way, but this group did like this. Could you imagine, real talk? I don't know how big you are into the college world of dance, but like imagine watching NCAT from the floor. That just
Mm-hmm.
seemed like you was missing so
That
much of
had
their
me wild.
routine. Yeah,
You
like
gotta be kind of high up.
they do so much. Or Jackson State, the way they just transition from formation to formation, I don't want to see that from the floor level. I want to see that from up above. So that's like probably my only gripe when it comes to dance competitions, is that everything is like right here. Like I see this compared to, I want to see a little bit from up above. I want to see what your formations, I want to see what your transitions look like. I want to see how much personality you gave me. Your personality or your energy is supposed to reach across the field. That's
Mm-hmm.
how big you should be, right? When you
Exactly.
smack that in my face and you just smile, like you gave me the bare minimum, but it looked like so much more because we right here.
Exactly. Yes, you gotta know how to project,
Mm-hmm.
not just with your voice, but with your
With your
movements.
movements, with your body, like bounce and break your back. I don't understand.
Yes.
Yes.
You know another team that's good with formation changes? Is it Gambling State? The Golden, I think the Golden somebody.
Which state?
Gambling State University. I'm probably saying the wrong
So
school.
you're giving me Grambling is what I'm thinking, but I don't think that's the
Yeah,
team
Grambling.
you're thinking of because that
No,
would be Orchesis and
and they was on
uh,
a TV show. I'm trying to
it
think.
was on a TV show.
It's a show on Netflix that is about a school's dance line, and it's the Golden somebody. I can't think what's the school name.
Golden Delight.
Is it Golden Delight? I
If
don't
it is, that's NCAT. So we was talking about I didn't know they had a
know. Well, what's their colors?
NCAT wear whatever color they want to.
Okay, it's a team that specifically. I think they wear gold. I want to say gold and purple. I remember them wearing gold and purple one time, but they might wear gold different times. Let me see.
I feel like 14K, and it was they had a thing. BCU, it's BCU purple, but then I feel like they had a show or something like that at one point. I know Alabama had a show at one point, and then Southern had a show at one point.
Was it Alabama? I would know. What's the Alabama State team?
Stingats.
I would know them. Yeah, it wasn't them.
Nah, I don't think it was a Stinger. That well, yeah, no.
When I figure it out, I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna post it because it's a good show. It's on Netflix. It's about the whole marching band from each level, and it's telling like it's a documentary just on the kids. In each part, they talk about the dancers. Sometimes talk about the people on the band, the flute players, everything, the director,
Everybody.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and I watched it. I think it was only a few episodes though in one season, if I'm not mistaken. But I gotta find it. I'm gonna figure it out.
I feel like in my spirit it's Bethune. I don't know why I'm thinking Bethune, but um, yeah.
What
I just
about what's Alcorn State?
Golden Girls. They do
I
wear
think
on
it was
gold.
the
They
Golden
gold and
Girls.
purple. Did they have a show? I don't think I knew they had
I
a
think
show.
it's them.
That makes sense. They purple. They gold and purple.
Let me see if I
I
type it
didn't know
in.
they had a show.
Alcorn State Netflix show. Oh, I guess not. Let me see. Netflix show about marching band.
You Google like me.
Oh wait, that was just it. What I click on? It's called Marching Orders.
That sounds familiar. What school is they following?
I don't remember it being called that. Oh, you was right. It was Bethune Cookman University's Marching Wildcats.
Look at me go.
Yeah, so you really know. Yay, kudos to you.
Cool
But
down
yes, it's called
Tiffany.
Marching Orders on Netflix. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna have to
It's
check that
real
out.
good.
I think I seen a piece of something, but like not the whole thing or anything.
Yes, it was real good.
Okay, are you done with your questions?
Yes. Did you have
Okay,
another
so
question for me?
I did.
Cool. Then we're gonna get into the comments because I see they growing.
Okay. What was I gonna ask you? So we have this Cowboy Carter album,
Yes.
and I know it ain't even been out for 24 hours yet. But do you have like a top three and why?
Yes, so I would say, I gotta look at the track list to make sure. Definitely Riverdance because that song is just it's country, but it's Beyonce's version of country, which is like a country twerk song. That's what I told mom it was. It's like a country twerk song, and I think that's a song that's really gonna open up everybody to be a part of the country genre because like I said in the beginning, she did this because she felt like she couldn't be a part of country. And black people, it's a lot of these black singers in country songs I ain't never heard of that just start popping up because of Beyonce now. So she's
Hmm.
really making it more universal. So I think that's definitely a song that's gonna make the genre more universal. That's one. Let me think. I'll say Levi jeans because
Yes.
just the harmonies and singing about it. It's a country song, but it's more R&B, sexy type shit. So that's why I like that in because I might make a dance too. Ha ha ha. And the last one, hmm, I'll say yeah, 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 because I didn't know. I forgot. Damn, I forgot what song they said she was actually sampling. But it felt like Tina Turner s to me.
That's what I said.
In the beginning of it, kind of gave like you remember in Dreamgirls when they made that "Got Me a Cadillac, Cadillac."
Hmm.
Then the white people came out with it. It kind of sounded like she was mocking them. And of course, she's like, those petty bitches can't fuck with me because I'm a clever one. She should have been like, because I'm a clever bitch on these hoes. But I'll make my own remix and say that. But yeah, 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 because of that. And because it's not typical, I didn't even think that could be country. I thought it was more rock and roll. So for her to even incorporate that on a country album, I think that was cool. And like I said, it's just making it more universal and showing people the different depths and dynamics that you can go through with with the country genre.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I like it.
If y'all in the comments want to chime in on y'all favorite Cowboy Carter song, feel free. But so far in the comments, we got M Sappho says, "Hey, that's probably one of your people because they just subscribed." Um, Dominique Smith, hold on.
Hey,
Dominique Smith
bestie.
left a heart. Diva 103, hey.
Shout out to Dave 103. I feel like I know who that is, and therefore that is my other coach at Julian. Most people probably think
Hey.
so. Like, yeah. So, fun fact, right? Um, I'm very much like I don't like being in the public eye. I don't like everybody knowing who I am. It's not about me when it comes to the girls. It is all
Right.
about them. So a lot of people will be like, Diva 103, like that's the coach. That's the coach. She is really the yin to my yang, right? We mesh well, we mesh together so well. And I don't know how I could have ever done any of this the amount of times that I've done this without her. So special shout out to her. But like for a long time, like I just always stay in the background. I'm always like the choreography, the concept, the look, da, 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 it will be all me, but then she be the one that get it done, right? Like she's gonna get it done.
Okay.
And so and I just like shy out in the background. And for some people, people always like, Michelle, you need to be out there. You need to come in like this. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's no. I
Yeah,
shout out to people that do though. Like some coaches they come in and they're like extra. They're the coach,
like Tracy.
or even Miss Diana. Like I don't. They be in heels and I'm like, I'm finna wear these jeans and this hoodie and we're gonna keep it cracking. Like my
Right. If
makeup gonna
it's
be
a theme
done.
competition, I'll dress up, but not for no regular shit.
I don't even like to do the like coaches dance stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
never got
no,
a chance to do that.
and I probably won't. I ain't gonna hold you. We just got asked to do a competition. I'm trying to see if we're gonna do it. But one of the things on there for like intermission is like coach battle. I'm like, yep. Probably not
Mm.
gonna do that.
Yeah,
I
I
told my
probably
kids that, and they was like, "Shit, you gotta dance. Y'all see me dance in practice. That's all you need."
right. Yeah, I feel like that's for people who need that attention. Because it's a lot of coaches who feel
I
like they
wasn't
need
even
to be
gonna
on
say
the field.
that. You said that. All right.
Well, we here to spread those cheeks for the tea, honey. It's a lot of coaches who need that attention. That's why a lot of them started teams. But hey, we might have to say some of that for the next episode, but we'll keep going if we need to.
Excuse me.
Wait, B103 said some more things. She also said they aren't doing too much. She probably when we was talking about the people with props. Gigi, she probably
GG's
talking
was
about the
probably you
Golden
talking about the
Girls.
Golden Girls type of
Hey
stuff.
Michelle. And
Hey.
yes. But yes. Chad, that's just crazy. But I forgot I was gonna ask you something else in regards to that, but now I forgot. But okay, so other than that, what's some advice that you would like to give to any upcoming coaches, anybody that's coaching the high school dance team and they're going through the struggles of after pandemic kids and things like that?
That's real. I really do feel like things have definitely changed since the pandemic, and I never really thought about like what that looked like, right? But I do think I'm feeling it. Um, so I guess my advice would be patience, but not too much patience. Like be patient to a certain extent, but like also lay the law because I feel like a lot of these kids is missing discipline.
Hmm.
They so like just things is free and they could just move or maneuver or talk however. And I can't say that's every kid. I can only speak on the experiences that I've been having recently
But it's
where
universal almost.
where you're allowed to do and say whatever you want to do and say, and there's no consequence or repercussion for it, right? So I feel like finding some discipline, a guideline, a contract, whatever, is so important because they need to know you mean business. Otherwise, they're just gonna walk over it. And then be patient because a lot of these kids, especially again, coming from if you're sticking to like some form of majorette, and especially if you being traditional too, they don't know marching band. One thing that the city has definitely failed is that we don't have as many bands as we used to. And we don't have as many places for bands to show up and perform. When I was
Hmm.
doing, we had like Jackie Robinson Parade. I mean, we still have Bud Billiken, but like you got Bud Billiken, you got Battle of the Bands, you got you got all these things where you saw bands and these kids wanted to be in band. You don't have that. So them trying to be a part of something they know nothing about,
Right.
they never seen, and then what they think that it ain't. And that's no shade. Like they thinking it's the, especially if you're coming from traditional, you're thinking
Mhm.
DD4L majorette, and I'm giving you HBCU
Mhm.
majorette. Like that's two different
Exactly.
styles of things, and it just sucks because they haven't seen it. And they don't have nothing to relate it to. And the most they are going to see it is if they happen to scroll up on TikTok. And even then, it's a version of, you know? So
Exactly.
being patient, providing discipline, um, and also making it a safe space so that they can talk to you and having fun. Like my kids be trying to get me to do TikTok videos with them, having that space so they feel like relatable to you. Like, oh, my coach cool. She gets into this, or he, whomever way, gets into this with me, and then you have that level of respect in a certain type of way. Um, and finding a fun way. I think this is very important. Finding a fun way to teach the foundation of dance, because the foundation of dance ain't fun. It's not. It's nothing fun about learning jazz and ballet 101. It is nothing fun about it, right? I remember I had hired somebody to come in and teach technique. And my
Mhm.
kids want to skip to stage 10, okay? They just want to be able to do it. You don't want to know how to
They
get
ain't
to
nothing
that.
about progression.
They don't want to work on that. So like finding a fun way to have them learn something that they don't realize they're learning it. So by the end of it, they learned the skill that they wanted to learn, but they didn't have to go through the strenuous process of it per se.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
That's
think
my
that would,
struggle too, teaching
and
dance.
don't do it if you don't love it as a coach.
Period.
Don't do it if you don't. If you can't do this job without getting paid, don't do it. Cause I
Cause you
probably
gonna be messed up and upset.
let me tell you, let me have an honest moment. I coached Julian for damn near 20 years. Damn near 20 years. And I have probably gotten paid about 10 to 12, no, probably less than 10 of those years.
Mm.
And I did it because I love dance. I love coaching. I love what to stand for. I love seeing my girls go further. I love seeing my girls go to college and dance. I love seeing them do whatever. I had girls that went to an HBCU and dance. I had girls go to college and create a dance team. I got girls who majored in dance and became something. I've got a girl who went to school. They didn't even have major in teaching. She said, I'm going to make one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Okay.
have this and I love seeing what you do. Girls who go into whatever the case may be. Now they kids is dancing. And I love all of it. Like, I do it because I love it. It is nice to get paid for it. Absolutely. Because as a coach, you know,
Yeah.
we probably spend way more of our money
Mm-hmm.
or
Into the
anything.
kids.
I can tell you, I can probably, I think me and my other coach in whatever alumni have bought 10 years worth of uniforms. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like tights, sequins, spent many a times burning fingers with glue guns. Uh, and just that whole like you, if you don't love it, don't do it. If you're doing it for you, meaning like you just want to be the face of, I don't know, it just might not be for you because you got to put them
Or
kids
audition for
first.
something.
And you might have missed your moment, Jack. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay.
That's okay. But like put that effort into them and because you want to see that, because you love that, don't do it for anything else.
Exactly. Yes, that's kind of some of the stuff that you were saying. That's what Tracy was saying too. Like she recently just started getting paid, and she still got to put her money into it for the outfits. She be going. I know she be. That's why she be getting skinny. She be going hungry, trying to make sure them girls think.
Listen, because I ain't gonna turn down no food, honey. But uh,
Okay.
but no, that's real. Like everybody go through whatever they go through. Like times it's hard. You and your family might be struggling for whatever the reason might be. But I know you came to practice every single day. I know, like, I'm not gonna not have you dance because you couldn't afford the shoes this week. Tell mama to give it back to me in 2 weeks when she get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Mhm.
like you really do makeup when it came to them girls ain't buy a single. You know how much makeup costs? Them girls ain't pay a single dime for makeup. I went and bought so much. I'm talking about every foundation color, concealer
Okay.
color, palettes, brushes, sponges. That's me coming out of my pocket, right? Shoes. Okay, you can't get this. Okay, I got tights. These tights, y'all know dancer tights, $15 a pair. A pair. And now that there's so much majoretism going on, it's even harder to find stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or they
I
raising
can't,
the prices.
or they raising the price. I can't find jazz boots damn near to save my life, or they forever on back order, forever on back order.
Mm-hmm.
And now then everybody then switched over to like the white Reeboks. Can't
Oh,
find
really?
them. Can't
Ain't them
find
cheer
them,
shoes?
huh?
Ain't them cheer shoes?
I don't know if they're cheer shoes. I know that all my life I had seen Southern University wear these white Reeboks. And
Mm.
I don't know why over these last couple of years it has blown up so much. I think because people start realizing that dancing on basketball courts and jazz shoes and stuff is slippery and it is a hazard.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that. I did
I
it
mean,
one show and I slipped so hard.
trial and error. You don't know until you know.
Okay.
So then you
I did
learn
it
and then
one
you do
time and never
better.
again.
You learn and you do better. But yeah, I spent hair, makeup, tights, shoes, earrings, sequins. What we be in a day of in the back putting uniforms together, like burnt fingers,
Okay.
sleepless nights. You gotta do it if you love it. That's it. That's
Hmm.
all I got. And Tracy ain't never like when I tell you when I watched that show, I was just you speaking everything that I say, sis, on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
On a
And
the
she got
difference
a
is,
platform and still going through it.
and this is old. This was 2020 stuff. She talking about 21,
Right.
coming
Going
right
back
out of
to
COVID.
29.
Times is it's different and it's hard and it's not the same. It's not, and it sucks. It's hard. It's hard to deal with, and you don't want to lose the face. It's like a catch 22. Like sometimes I'll come in and I'm like energetic and I'm ready to go, and they not, and so that'll bring me
Mm-hmm.
down, right? And now I'm down, so I can't get them up, and it's like everybody feed off each other. If you don't care, why should I care? And if I care, you don't care. Like, what we doing? Like, it's tough. It is a hard time, and I have to be honest. I started what 20. I'm sorry, 2006. I think it is 2024. Okay. And
Okay.
I think I'm scared that I'm at the point that I'm like, I might check out. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the kids. I don't know if it's just times, but I don't know. We
Yeah,
shall see.
times are definitely changing. Well, I made my retirement from dance before the pandemic started,
You
so
did. I
I'm
saw
pretty
that. I think it's funny that we have been like Facebook friends for forever
yes.
and never really talked.
Okay, that's how I be with everybody. The pandemic just brought everybody together, new connections and everything.
That's what's up. But I'm looking forward to judging this competition because I don't get to judge
Yeah.
a lot. I don't know why people don't call me for it. I might be the nicest judge,
They
but
should. If they've seen your work, then I'm sure they want you to judge because I really love the style that you brought to
well, let
Julian.
me ask you that. How do you even know of me?
So I was looking for whoever was choreographing for Julian, honestly. Because I'm like,
Why?
whoever choreographed for them, I wanted at the time, I was like, whoever choreographed for them, I want them to judge my competition. And then I found you when I was trying to do it the first time at the beginning of the pandemic. So
But
I
like,
was
what is it? What was it about
always
Julia that you was a fan of? Like, what was that for you?
it was what year I saw y'all at Battle with the Bands. Um, it was what year did the pandemic start? Not 2020.
2020. It
I
started in
think it was
2020.
2018 when I saw y'all at Battle with the Bands. It
Okay.
was something y'all had did there, and then when I had found the Facebook like page, it was like it was another video I got it saved on my phone. I gotta go through, but a video I said because I'm like yes, it actually when I had saw that dance, it inspired me to make the dance that I had did. I did a dance to I don't know if you know who Miss Banks is. She like a UK rapper. She got a song called Snack. It inspired me to make the I did like a ladies' night themed dance class for my birthday like a couple years ago, and they inspired me to make that routine. So I'm gonna send you that video. So you
Oh, yes, please. I want to know what routine this was now.
I don't even remember the song. It was so long ago. Let me see if I can pull up my saved videos on Facebook.
That's so
But
nice.
yes, it was all from inspiration. I'm like, I need to find out who their coach is. And I think I asked somebody before I added you on Facebook because then I asked you myself to make sure.
Yeah, somebody always looking for something. And I'm like, who, me? Really?
Okay.
You know how you really just don't be thinking that highly of yourself? I do feel like
Right.
I don't give myself enough credit for what I was able to accomplish. So
Mm-hmm.
like when I was dancing at Julian, we was very armsy. Everything was armed. And we end up not having a coach anymore my senior year. And I was like, oh well, I had work study, so I was getting out at noon. I was like, well, it's just gonna be what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm done. And the band director was like, I need a dance team. And so he reached out to me. He was like, what if you worked for me for work study? And then you can like, because I would have been captain that year because I was like the last standing. And he was like, and then you could still like work with the girls. But we didn't have no coach. And so I was like, I need to pass though. Like I need to pass my class, you know. He was like,
Right.
you gonna be my secretary. Like I will like, do paperwork in his office for my work study. And then I will still
Mhm.
be at the school to have dance downs. And I was like, okay. But it was so interesting because we did not have a coach. So technically we couldn't practice in a public space because we didn't have anybody watching over us. So for
Right.
us to even have tryouts, he was literally whispering around the school to girls like, "Hey, you want to be a dancer now? Meet us after school at this
Okay.
time in this classroom." And we had like the old drama room or something. We was having tryouts like nobody knew about in here. And we had this tryout and we end up selecting whatever. This is my senior year. So we end up selecting whatever amount of girls and choreographing like everything ourselves. Like, and that ain't our skill set. We just on the team, just
Right.
doing it. And so by the end of the year, the other no, one of the girls that was on the team, her mom was like, "Oh, if y'all need somebody to watch y'all, I'll just watch y'all. Y'all can keep doing what y'all doing, but now you got this parent to look over you." So then we was
Okay.
able to go back to practicing in like public, like in the actual hallway. So we went to
Right.
do that, and then afterwards, the other coach that I mentioned, she somehow along the way came along. I don't even remember, but she was a band parent mom, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I can
Okay.
help out." And she came in, and I graduated, moved on, and like a year or two, like I could never escape the school though. Like the next year, the girls that was on the team I was still cool with because I put them on the team from the previous year, and they was like, "Hey, can you help us create a routine?" And I came back, helped, and then dipped again. Like I'm like, "Okay, bye." And I think I did that for like 2 years before Mr. Key, the former band director, was like,
Okay.
"I can pay you if you keep doing this." And I'm like, "Let's talk about it." And that's how I became a coach. And I just remember my goal being like I told you earlier, when I was dancing, it was Corliss. Everybody knew Corliss. They was amazing. The girls was hard working. Their uniforms was not what we were wearing. Like we were in that dress era with the so 1999, okay? Like so
Right.
then, and they was coming out metallic leotards, and but like they were fly. And I just remember being, and shout out to Corliss because it was probably the start of y'all. I just kept being like, I want to beat them. I want to outdo them. And that was my goal. Like that was it in the
Yes.
beginning. I wanted these girls to be like, when you say Corliss, you said Julian. Like that's where I wanted us to be. And we got there, and then I think Corliss may have, I don't quote me on the year, but I think around 07, 08, they started to not be, I think their band director maybe retired or something like that. And then it was us. And then I looked up, and it was everybody gunning for us. And I just was like, I remember hearing like everybody being like, the goal is to be Julia. And I was like, man, really?
Hmm.
Because I still feel like I'm fighting. And you, so now that I look back at, like, I need to give myself more credit than I do. I feel like I went through these years and not
Really.
having any uh, special type of support, but like uniforms, we was just making up on our own with a glue gun and a prayer. Um, choreography, it was all for one and one for all. Like I would come with stuff, with the girls would come with stuff, it'll just be this thing. And we just kept growing. It was such a family affair, and we would just grow, we would just grow, we just grow. And I'm always like looking at myself like I ain't did enough, but I did. I did a lot. Where do I go from here? Who knows? But we did some good work while we could. And I think you froze again.
Yes.
Can you see and hear me?
Okay, I'm back. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going
Nope, I can hear and I can see you now. I was like, now he
on. Okay,
disappeared on me
yeah.
in
I
my
can
deep
hear you
moment.
again all of a sudden it's
I'm like, here I am having a deep
right?
moment with you,
So
and you was like,
crazy.
and I'm out.
Oh no, I'm still here. But when I was dancing in high school, the pom pom teams was really what was popular and what was popping. That's what Whitney Young had that I like. They pom pom team.
Okay.
So the
What school
pom
did you
pom
go
teams,
to?
but I'm surprised they never. I went to Bogan on Pulaski 79.
Okay. I didn't know Bogan
Yeah,
had a
the
dance
dance
team.
team didn't. Exactly, because it was so cliquish, they never did nothing else. And they never let nobody in. Since we on the subject, that's how I got my start anyway, really into dance and doing my own thing. Because when I was trying to like okay, so I started dancing like when I was in seventh grade. They had like an African Caribbean dance team in the school, so I was doing that. Then eighth grade, they had like the Joffrey Ballet come and like teach us all different styles and stuff. And we went on the tour and stuff like that. So then when it got to high school, the my teacher was telling me, my dance teacher from Joffrey Ballet, she was telling me, she was like, "Oh, high school dance teams are so cliquish, so just make sure you're ready for that." And I thought, oh well, if I make it on the team, then I'll be in the clique. Then
You'll be in a clique,
no,
right?
I had to make it in the clique first to even be considered. So when I went to audition, this dance team was an all girls dance team first off, and they was a whole little fake gang. Then they had the little boys, of course, the LGBT. That's how I first found out about all that. And then when I went to audition, that's how I had to some kind of way be on the dance team. That's how it was when I was going there. Can you hear me now?
Our connection is really bad right now.
Hello.
Hello.
I can see you, but can you hear me?
I can hear
Oh
you.
no. All right. What was the last thing you heard?
LGBTQ plus.
Oh yeah. So then they had all of those people from the school. We was on the dance team. We was on another team. It was an all girl team, and then it was us. And then when I
You
made
know,
it
now
onto the
that you
team,
say that, I
like they
do
was
have
telling us,
another
"Oh, we
question
can't
for
dance with
you.
them."
Now that you say that, I
Oh,
do have
go
a different
ahead.
question for you. What are your thoughts on the HBCU style majorette teams? And I'm gonna say high school because I don't think any colleges do this, but like incorporating men on their team as well.
I think it's interesting that they started doing it, and I don't know why it's not something that crossed over to colleges yet. I think because they're trying to keep the authenticity of it. But I mean, we've been doing the girl dances for a very long time, so it was only right that they now start allowing us to, be a part of. Because I mean, a lot of boys be making up most of these dances that these girls and these marching bands and major teams be doing. A lot of them be made up by guys. So I think it's just cool that they find something to do sometimes. That might be a little bit too much, but I like the boy like outfits. Them be cute, but it's it's not what you do, it's how you do it. But I think it's cool that they start incorporating it, and it's becoming more normal
Hmm.
because a lot of competition that I'm judging at, it be at least it used to be like one or two boys, and now it's like a whole little section of boys. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I feel like they still need to be taught whether they're gonna be having their is when they grow up when it comes to dancing. Because when you get they ain't gonna care if you gay or whatever. They gonna want a boy role, or they gonna want a femme role. Like they gonna want it to be specific. So just knowing the differences and how to put them out there when it's time just makes you more versatile and stuff. So that's my take on it.
Okay.
But yes, are you still there?
I am. I think we just got a hell
Oh
of a delay.
no, this horrible ending connection is just crazy.
Hmm.
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear
Let
me?
me
Can you
see.
see
Hold
me?
on. I'm gonna remove her, you guys, and bring her right back. Something's going on with our connection, and it's the end. That's crazy.
It's just me here by myself.
Hey, can you hear and see me now?
Yes.
Hello. Now that I got kicked out of
Hello.
my own stream. This is
You
something
did.
that's never happened before, you guys. So thank you to those of you that are still hanging on, bearing with us. This has the technical difficulties never got this bad.
All in all, they had a good show though.
Again. Can you hear me? Wait, say that one more time.
It is one hell of a delay, is really what it is. But what I was saying, though, through all the technical difficulties, they were still able to have a good show.
Hello.
Hello? You're muted. But you're muted. Okay. You're unmuted now.
Frozen.
Am I frozen? I'm trying real hard not to eat right now. So man is having technical difficulties. Apparently his whole computer is tripping.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what the hell was going on with that. It's like the whole thing had to like reset. But okay, we're
God.
back. Thank you guys so much. I guess they said, bitch, first off, you tell her it was only an hour. We almost at 2 hours. Then second off, you trying to spill some old shit. What I said in my song, talk about old shit, ain't it something else? Oh, I released that song yet. My bad. But I'm talking about some old shit that needs to be left
You
in the
gotta come
past.
teach
Well,
me some
guess
hip
what?
hop.
It's coming out.
Okay, but you gotta teach me some stuff.
But back to the story I was telling. Long story short, I joined the dance team. They let me join. They took me off. Yes, what you want me to teach you?
I don't know. You gotta give me out my. I gotta get
I
comfortable with being
specialize
uncomfortable.
in technique.
Come on, no,
Oh
I
no,
gotta
we
get
technical
comfortable with being.
difficulties.
I gotta get
I
comfortable with being
specialize
uncomfortable.
in technique. Can you still hear me?
Come on, no, I gotta get. You going in and out.
Oh wait, I see you now. Can you hear me and see me?
Mhm.
Oh, maybe we should just end it there because they talk about we going too long.
I mean, but when you having a good time, that's what happens.
This ain't never happened before. I'm so sorry, y'all. This was a really good interview. Okay, I think I'm back.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's happening?
Okay, if you can hear me, right, Brittany, it was getting good. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments.
I heard nothing.
Good. If you can hear me, oh my
I
god.
heard nothing.
Okay, can you hear me now? I
Yes.
think we're good. Yes, okay. So, like everybody said, it was getting good too. So before they try to stop us again, let's for anybody who wants to keep up with you after this interview, tell us where we can follow you on social media. If you have any other things that you're doing, this would be the time to promote yourself, just so that they can keep know what you got coming up.
Um, I'm always booked and busy, but you can follow me on X because it's not Twitter, I guess, but Twitter and Instagram as CEXICHELLE. You can follow my girls if you want to. That's PLJ underscore dancing dolls. I think is what their name is. Um, and then if you just like listening to me chitter chat, and this was just not even a whole lot, but like I said at the start of the show, I got 5011 podcasts. So on YouTube, you can check out Women, Cocktails, and Whatever. So WCW podcast on here on YouTube and obviously on your podcasting apps, but we're specifically on YouTube. And then you can check out No Chill podcast on all of your regular podcast streams. So like your Apples, your Spotify, your Anchor, things like that. So yeah. Yeah, that's what I got for you. Oh, what's happening? Did I lose him again? Well, if you're here and it's just me, make sure you guys check out my other podcast, though. This was fun. This was a good time. I don't get interviewed a lot, so this was fun for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If I hope I answered all the questions that you guys may have been wondering about. But yeah, you're back.
Yes, so good thing they heard everything because I don't know what's going on with my connection today. I'm so sorry. This
It's
has
okay.
never happened before. It must be a bad. Let me check my weather app. It must be a bad storm. It must be whoever I'm trying to spill this tea on, child. They didn't found the way to get into my internet connection. Oh yeah, they said it's a hydraulic outlet. I'll blame it on that. But I'm also gonna
You
blame
know,
it on who
it's
I'm trying to
giving
spill this tea
verses.
on. You will not stop it. It's songs coming out. Exactly. It's songs coming out, it's videos, it's everything coming out. So the truth will be exposed. They
I
getting
need a
Diddy,
feature
so they
spot.
gonna get you.
Oh, well, I don't want them parts. I thought we was talking about your videos and your songs because I was over here like, let me
Oh,
get a feature.
okay. I
Let
think
me
I'm
get a
frozen
feature.
again. But thank you so much, Michelle, for coming on my show and for being a
No
judge for
problem.
Manchella. It was so great talking to you these last 2 hours. We really got into a lot of stuff. And I feel like I really got to know you a lot more. I knew you was just so
I
much
know, right?
alike.
I do feel like I got to know you. When's your birthday? Did you hear me? I don't think he heard me. When's your birthday?
July 25th.
That's why we both Leos. Hey. Did you hear me? All right, we're gonna wrap this up because clearly we're having terrible connection. Y'all follow me on all of my things. You guys are already following me, so make sure y'all come out to Manchella in July. If you know any dance teams that's interested, make sure they register
Frozen
and sign up.
again. Oh, I'm back. Picture in
I
picture
was
layout.
promoting
What?
you. We was here. I had your back.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, so make sure y'all get y'all dance teams to sign up for the competition. I'm gonna be there to judge. Some more people gonna be there to judge. I know it's one person from St. Louis. I watched her interview. Good time. And yeah. Some more people gonna be there to judge. I know it's one person from St. Louis. I watched her interview. Good time. And
Yes, I hear the promotions. Thank you so much.
yeah. You're
Everything that she
welcome.
said, you guys, make go ahead, sign your teams up for Manchella. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you follow the No Chill podcast.
And WCW podcast.
Yes, so we're gonna. I guess we're just gonna have to end it here because the connection is so horrible. Thank you, everyone that tuned in, that subscribed. We have another interview coming tomorrow with Chanel Little from Legacy Elite All Stars cheer team. So we're getting into the other side of our little cousins, the dance cousins, the cheerleaders. So it's a lot to unpack over there. We got to talk about the Netflix cheer documentary and so many. Now I say I'm ended. It ain't no
Listen,
problem.
it's ain't no problems.
And we gonna get back to not just playing. But I kept you up for too long, and I think we discussed enough anyway. So thank you again so much, Shell, and we'll be talking in the inbox. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but Thank the Lord we made it through. Yes. So I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Well, that was an interesting live stream, you guys. We never had this many technical difficulties, but the devil can never stop it. Like I said, we're here to spread the truth, which is also called the tea. So sometimes they're gonna try to take you down. Look what's happening to Diddy and Young Miami. She got to come up with some lame ass story as to how she was not selling coke, but when JT got out of jail, she was doing this and sniffing coke. So you tell me if she was selling the pink coke or not. But we'll say that for another day. And thanks, you guys. Make sure before you leave, you like, share, and subscribe. You never know who's going to get a chance to come on this podcast. So until next time, hopefully it won't be as many technical difficulties, but hopefully it'll be as much tea, if not more. So until next time, see you guys later.